got the physical too.
Sorry guys,
Yeah,
sorry.
He deals
physical.
hybrid now.
Yeah,
So,
hybrid.
with that said, again, Flapteasy can build this
Sorry
any
guys.
direction he wants.
Yeah, mostly it will lean towards a more physical route, the War Axe, and then
Defensively too.
or defensive.
One
Yeah, but there is
kilo.
still enough magic damage in the kit of Phoveus for it to be
Count
a
as
threat.
a magic.
To count as a magic. That's
So-
why he's a pain to deal with.
So that means we're going physical for Super Marco.
Yeah, sorry, that just made me laugh. We talked about damage, and then the physicality, the hybrid. Falcons AP Brand taking away the Harith. One of the best things that you can do if you're TLPH is to equalize the quote-unquote magic damage that Falcons AP Bren already brings to the table is to bring in a Harith. However good for them is they still have the Nathan as an option for Benny QT. And the Lunox.
Play into the Benny Bomb. And there's the Moskov, which I think would have been great. Because again, you want physical on Fcap right now. They're kind of overloaded on magic. The answer, Fcap taking out Benny's
Sorry, my
favorite
game just
Wanwan.
got my phone. My
If they don't want to deal with it, I
What
think
to
they
say
can pick up the Claude. If they're willing to give the
My
Claude
computer
the gold lane to Benny
crashed,
QT
so
later, pick up your mid laner now.
that's why.
Yeah, you
Sorry.
kind of want to protect Benny given how aggressive
Now he's
Fcap
back.
is reading to be 3 picks in.
This might
Should
be
be
Aurora,
good.
or I'm still thinking the feasibility of a Zask. I'm leaning a little bit more towards an Aurora here.
Either way, I think Zask is the safer of the two. Because you kind of punish the Phoveus. If you're going to clump up anyways,
Yeah.
the Phoveus is going to be in the range of your Nightmare Spawn over and over again. He's gonna melt at some point.
I get you. You see? Oh, they pack the Eve.
The year.
That's a lot of boxes.
That's an that's
I
a
need
very
to
interesting
want the
approach.
quality.
And, again, easy pickup there from Falcons AP Brand. They see the Eve, you immediately go ahead and pick up the Claude.
And they have no
I'm making this one.
disincentive to disincentive to not play the Claude. They're not afraid of the Phoveus. It's on their side. And there's the Cho.
The fabled Choguin.
The Choguin.
We don't see it a lot, but the times we do really popped off. And we mentioned it earlier, it's the Benny Bomb, it's the Nathan. They needed to pick up the
Okay.
Nathan.
Raptor, there's so many ways to mess up this Khalid.
Yeah.
Daddy JP, mainly he's going to play Vision. That's it.
Yeah.
Like, he can't be as gung-ho about going in and out as usual.
Yeah, however, though, if it's not JP getting vision, it definitely has to be Sanford and just allow JP to play a little bit more back and set up for the late entry Raging
The first game was insane
the
though.
late game potential and damage potential are much higher for Team Liquid Philippines, but what Falcons AP Brand has in spades is that lockdown crowd control and, well, just really strong crowd control overall. At this point, I consider the Vexana, the Grasp, the Deathly Grasp, as a lockdown because it almost always connects.
Yeah, and in the instant EG, that stun, that knockup, it's
Yeah.
great. Jose Ingan, JC Rezabek, Naisu, go ahead, take us into the land of dawn.
And we are here for the final potential game of the regular season. Welcome to the English Desk. My name is Ingan. Together with me is Naisu. Clash of the Titans once again. TLPH versus Falcons AP Bren. Now we all know what happened during game number 1.
Yep.
A really good comeback. And with that, I'm pretty sure TLPH is hungrier for more, for revenge. Because they had it in the bag almost. The Liquid Express was really, working for them. It was there, but the huge base defense and implosions from Ogwin happened. So right now, what do you think is going to happen for this game considering the lineups?
Looking at the lineups here, I like both of them. I'm glad even it's weird to say this, but I'm even glad to see the Phoveus come through.
I thought the Eve.
That was my next thing to point out. Even the Eve. Now, Eve generally hasn't had the best time through Season 14 either right now. Is
Possible
Sanji.
blood?
Whoa,
No,
already, as we were
that was
talking about,
close.
Ogwin
Oh my
very
god.
aggressive, goes
Owen?
in for
Okay.
the first
Didn't
blood.
die.
He's gonna
Nice.
get cut off, though.
Oh,
Carl T's going to go for the hunt. Is he going to be able to get the execute? Does.
Nice.
And Fcap already with the play early on. And as I was saying, man, even Eve, happy to see it, but generally, statistically, Eve hasn't done too well.
That was a good play there coming in from Ogwin. And a quick fun fact, Auntie Anara from the Filipino panel actually asked Ogwin if he does play the Cho. Ogwin said yeah, and after that, he's been grinding the Chos even during his stream. So right now, I'm pretty sure Ogwin is more than capable of performing those fast Way of the Dragon plays as we've seen him do before. And Falcons AP Brand off to a good start. Game number 1 was Tlph game. Down to the 14-minute, 18-minute mark. They were in control. The base of Falcons AP Brand was almost demolished. Even down to the third takedowns of Falcons AP Brand. They only had 2, but this time they're starting things off by going after JP and going for the turtle.
Glorious Pathway going to be dropped down.
Oh,
Sanford, man. They
nice
deal with a whole lot
turn.
just thrown in the air. Tonal guard dropped down too. JP on the run. Sanji setting up the rear world manipulation.
Oops,
and look at the fancy footwork from Ogwin. Just bobbing and weaving.
Oh my God, Owen going to.
They'll
Oh my.
take him down. So already a kill picked up. JP on the whims, trying to get back to the turret.
Oh,
there's the jump in
JP
from
dead?
Flap.
Nah.
Pursuit, but he has the heal. JP's going to be fine. And now Fcap.
I think he's a sort of pre-total for the.
How's the retribution? Gonna get
You can't.
focused down a little bit further from Flap. He's the focus and just forcing Carl off the turtle.
Oh my
plus
God.
The kill as Flap shows the strength of this Phoveus. Sanford now dropping down the
Oh,
pathway into the raging
really?
sandstorm. They want to fight it out once again. Total guard's gonna be dropped down too, and Flap, you can't kill this guy.
I think it's
Still
bad.
going for it.
It is
Slams
bad.
down on JP, looking for more on top of it all. And Fcap continues to get more.
And just like that, there are no trades for Tlph. 4 kills to none, plus a turret take. You know, Flap TZ, compared to game number 1, has a strong start right now. He does have the Phoveus, one of the most banned heroes recently. And at the same time, the thing about Tlph is, if you give Sanford a hero like, oh, wait a minute, Super Marco goes in after Benny.
Oh.
Wow.
They succeed.
Just catching
There.
him with that enhanced chains there, the increased
Oh my
range
God.
there too.
The best part
They keep
is
pushing the.
Benny also to pop his Purify. So, you know,
Oh,
Falcons
I think I need to do this. The internet is starting to slow a little bit.
time again when it comes to the second turtle. Going back to my point, Sanford, giving him a high loss. You know the San duos are highly mechanical players. We've seen Sanford a while ago dominate the early game during game number 1 with the Arlet. And with this high loss pick, do you think Sanford's gonna be activated as much compared to game number 1?
I would hope so. I hope that he can still be activated, but yes, this is a Hylos we're talking about, so when we think about activation, especially the XP lane Hylos, you're laying down a Glorious Pathway, and that's either to engage or cut off or, find some utility there, but then also you have the Revitalize, so, really part of this, everybody has to be activated in the same sense for Tlph's lineup. You're talking about the Raging Sandstorm, the Glorious Pathway, plus the Real World Manipulation. All that sets like the best box of, fighting territory that you could ask for, really. And that's where then you hope that you get to the late game and Benny Cutie does what we
Benny Bomb.
The Benny Bomb before, what we coined in the earlier part of the season. And even for Carl Tizzi, if he can get a snowball going,
wow.
there's the kick though, but Ogwin gonna disengage.
Okay, Falcons AP Bren gonna do a soft reset.
Flap coming again.
Now 5 members of both of these teams are ready to engage here. Sanford tries to survey the scene, zoning out. Super Marco ready to engage. Here comes JP as well. Flap TZ goes in with
Oh my,
pursuit.
Flap being annoying, dude.
From Sanford, trying to cut things
JP
off.
can't
Flap
do anything.
Does not care. Just continues jump in with the Infernal Pursuit. There's the Blazing Do It from Super
Oh my
Marco.
God.
Pops off enough damage, but no one going down just yet. Sanford's still quite healthy. Already using that Revitalize to top
Flap
everybody
keep
off.
going.
Now the Real World Manipulation
Eve.
drops down.
Oh.
Turtle's
Oh my
already
God.
secured though.
He
And Ogwin will
flashed.
jump in, find the
JP
target,
almost
and he finds
died.
Sanji. They pick up a kill through it
Wow.
all. And Tlph still looking for their own.
Now the thing is, this is what we saw during game number 1. For Tlph, it was a dominating start. And we saw in the
they come
draft
back.
index, the late game potential of Tlph is superior compared to Falcons AP Brent.
Yep.
So
I
do
don't
you
think so.
there's a
They
high chance that
arrive
we'll
at
see a repeat of
XP,
game number
late
1,
game,
but
I
this
think.
time in favor of Tlph?
It's, if you look at it that way and there's a chance for I would say even this for the start for Fcap in this game is even faster than what we saw Tlph do and just cleaner, like in general, the way these fights are going and everything else. So Tlph has to do a lot to be able to turn this game on its head. And even so, it might be like if they get a pick off, if they get something, that might be great. But really the lineup is going to take a lot more time to,
Oh
I
my
feel like,
God.
just get to that point. it's got to cook for a while, basically.
Speaking of doing things a lot, Kyle TZ just gets a turret up top. As Super Marco also has a turret down bottom. So right now, Falcons AP Bren knows how to extend the lead macro-wise. 4.2k gold lead, and Ogwin just having the time of his life. Despite JP's aggression, he can freely zone out the members of TLPH, go look for the perfect position to go for the angle of the Way of the Dragon. And we know Ogwin, in terms of setups, he's really capable of turning things around. Or if they're in the lead, extending the lead as much as possible. Look at the goal difference. There's already... I don't want to do math, but you know that Super Marco is ahead by as much as more than 1k compared to Benny QT.
It's always the quick maths.
I was trying to do quick math, but I don't want to make mistakes.
It's hard
Well,
to
man,
do.
at this point, Ingon, you know, you look at the lead that Fcap has, and you know it's pretty much evenly distributed for majority here. And even if, you know, JP continues to try to focus on Flap, like Flap has been
Amazing.
a stalwart for a lot of this fighting. Ogwin. Conceal going to be used, looking for the right target. Won't be able to find it. Glorious Pathway, this is the response. Real world manipulation as well. Flap's still there. Kyle will go ahead and get the turtle.
God.
Wow! Carl tries to fight it out, but they're forced back once again with a blazing duet. There's the kick on Sanji. Taking out Carl.
TZ dead.
Cut off and taken out.
Oh
Two
my
down
God.
once again for TLPH. And it's looking even more grim at this point at the 8.5-minute mark. As everything
I don't think so. They
taken.
can come
not letting
back.
up at all.
Man, I just like to commend what Few did there. The Eternal Guard catch onto 3 members of TOPH aided the Super Marco Super Blazing Duet. That's why they got 3 kills. And Kyle TZ got the turtle. And now they have a 6.4k gold lead. Made quick work onto the middle lane turret. They have minions up top. They can force a fight, specifically Flap TZ or Ogwin, as they try and burst down this turret up top. At TOPH, now the main question for TOPH is, can they defend just like how Falcons AP Brent defended their base numerous times in game number 1? Or will Falcons AP Brent's momentum just carry them on to a sweep against their most familiar foe, most familiar rival, TLPH? And looking at the items once again, you can see already Super Marco has the DHS, has the Golden Staff, a couple of gold left to get that Corrosion Scythe, really ahead of Benny QT.
Yeah.
I mean, just looking at the items here for TLPH, they got pretty much almost nothing, you know? I mean, yes, Benny QT's probably got the Feather of Heaven, he's got the Starlight Scythe, but you look at across the board in comparison over here, you're completely outgunned, even just defensively. Like,
to be
as I mentioned
annoying.
that, there's the Wind of Nature picked up, Dominance Ice too. You know, I think even if Carl TZ just picked up a BOD, it's probably not going to be enough. I don't know who he's even going to be able to find. And they try to cap something out. You know, they have such a tanky front line to deal with from Fcap. The gold lead has ballooned to 8,000 at this point.
Oh
you just
my
gotta take
God.
the Lord freely. There's nothing really TLPH can do from here.
And you restrict Carl TZ of his purple buff. Gonna get an uncontested Lord. Gonna extend your lead eventually. Falcons AP Bren in full control. Conceal from Ogwin. But again, the discipline from the M5 World Champions will ensue here. They're not gonna force anything. Might as well wait for the Lord and eventually pop all the Holy Shields, or as much as possible get an inhibitor turret takedown. So right now, the response from TOPH, they need to execute their kits to perfection, connect as much as possible, but here comes JP.
They want to force a fight.
the
Eternal Guard
stun.
dropped in under the turret. They'll go down very quickly. So just trying to kind of force something. If TLPH will take the bait, they don't. And so Fcap for now just kind of has to wait for this Lord to approach the base.
Yeah.
Everything's available here, though, for TLPH, aside from the Purify from Benny QT, but no, he doesn't really need to force himself forward. He still has the Entropy as well. The wave's now pushing in here, so Fcap is going to get these Holy Shields down.
Yeah, they're gonna need defense.
Ogwin.
Just activate,
Ogwin.
but look at the kick!
Oh my
Real fight, Carl
God.
TZ taken out, and
But
it's
But yeah, is that? Oh, he survived.
Sanford now joining the fight, looking for Ogwin and Super
Super
Marco to
Marco.
chase him down and run him down.
Save it
Can
by.
he catch up, though? I don't
Oh
think he's
my
fast enough.
God.
We'll have to deal with an Eternal Guard there to answer, and Sanford
Oh,
will
Sanford
go
dead.
down, so 2 fall for TLPH. They do hold on to the base turret.
So he's a
Again, a
menace.
huge kick from Ogwin to start things off. Super Marco, if you notice, after casting
I
the
think
finishing
after
duet right
the
beside
MPB should
Sanji,
be
Mimai's out,
Tlph or
Sanford forcing
Ogwen.
the glorious pathway to try and catch him. And even before Sanford cast his first kill with a stun, he already popped his Purify. That's why he was immune. He was able to escape. Ogwen heads up play with Jeet Kune Do to try and slow down Sanford. And the Bulletproof remains unkilled with a 0.05 KDA.
Oh my god.
As Falcons AP Brand now have a 9.3k gold lead, and they were also able to take down
There's no way
an
they can
inhibitor
come
up
back
top.
from
And
this.
looking at the items of Super Marco, already has the Corrosion Scythe, Wind of Nature, so it's gonna be harder to kill him this time, Naisu.
You know, every time we get in our position for this in game, and I'm always like, you know, thinking of what Hail Mary play can the team down 10,000 gold after the first Lord or before it? What can they do? You know, and when you look at the lineup that they have, there really isn't much of an answer, to be honest. Like, you know, unless it's JP going with a heroic Flicker, Raging Sandstorm, like, that's about the best you can do. Because, I mean, you're going to see Sanford coming from a mile away. Like, he literally lays down a glowing pathway. He's not going to surprise anybody. So that's all you got. You got JP to try to force something out. But Fcap's not going to fall for that. They're not going to deal with that. And really, you're just the best case scenario for Tlph, their Hail Mary play, is actually just to come out with a successful defense against this next Lord push.
Maybe 3, maybe 4 more defense before they activate Benny Cutie and before Benny Cutie releases that Benny Bomb. But it is possible they can actually defend this, assuming that they don't get caught up with the kicks coming in from Ogwen, as Falcons AP Brand will easily burst another uncontested Lord. Now they're going to wait for the Lord to spawn. Ogwen, the past few minutes have been phenomenal for him. Despite, you know, Tlph highly mechanical players, he still finds a way to connect with those Way of the Dragon, even the Jeet Kune Do stuns in Tlph now. Just really selling their recalls.
Maybe that's part of it. Maybe that's part of the successful defense.
Yeah, you need to flex on your teammates again. Psychological battle, psychological warfare, and for Tlph, even if we lose this game, I think they're saying we have a better recall compared to Falcons AP Brent.
Well, let's see if they can actually defend here. There's the kick coming through.
Oh my god, these
stuns,
dude.
Benny trying to pop off the damage. Now
I think overextending. Nice.
Turret's gonna go down, and Hands Chains once again knocking up Sanford.
I think he can
and
defend.
Now all turrets out of the picture here. The base of Tlph
base is
bare,
open.
but they hold on. Everybody's still alive. They took out Flap, and they'll buy some more time.
Not the worst situation for Tlph. I mean, the worst could
easily
Falcons AP Brent just go for the end. But right now, they were able to take down Flap TZ, able to clear out the Lord, didn't suffer any casualties. And with this, they now have the opportunity for Carl TZ to get this purple buff once again, try to go initiate a pickoff, especially now that Flap TZ hasn't responded yet. But again, Falcons AP Brand, looking at the items, okay, Malefic Roar already for Super Marco, almost locked item for all their players. It's going to be a huge mountain to climb for Tlph to come back from this. But if we know something, Tlph can defend this still. Heart of a champion, you can never doubt it. If Falcons AP Brent were able to pull this off during game number 1, why can't we? Why can't Tlph?
That's the way to look at it, right? You look at it in the best way you can when you're the team facing against this kind of deficit, against this kind of lead. Why can't we? That's kind of what Tlph has to do. And if they want to have that moment for them, again, they have the tools they need. It's just unfortunate because they have to deal with the initiation coming out from Fcap. It's always going to be Fcap to start that fight. Tlph just kind of has to respond to it. And now that we're in the territory of, you know, these immortalities,
10K lead, bro.
it's almost like item locked for the members of Fcap getting there.
That's insane.
You know, it gets that much more difficult to turn things in your favor, even if you have a successful defense.
You know, at this point, these are the times we're in. I'm pretty sure the roamers are thinking I should have gone with the Tigreal. Imagine if I had the Tigreal for JP. One implosion play can turn things around. And for Sanford, imagine if I have an Arlot that can final/flicker combination. Again, it's going to resort back to your question even before. What's the Hail Mary play for
What is he doing?
And it looks like it is going to be just defend.
What is Kyle doing?
Defend until you activate the Benny Bomb. But Falcons AP Brent, they know this. That's why they're going to go for the Lord. They're not going to, you know, initiate
Look at
without
Flap
the safety of
zoning them
having the
out.
Lord, as Falcons AP Bren will try to burst it
Whoa.
down. Sanford is here
Oh,
though.
I
Gwen.
think TLPH, they actually want to fight this one. Lord's going to go for the reset. Glorious Pathway was expended, so they know that Sanford doesn't have that available now. Fcap might just continue to give this a go. You still have JP up on the top side. He can rotate pretty quickly, though.
Oh,
Seal's
the
still gonna be used. Open
conceal.
on the chase. Who's he going to be able to connect? Kaltizi taking a
Oh,
ton of damage.
Kaltizi.
Wow. Just out of the picture
Got
in an
melted,
instant.
bro.
And now there's the kick. Sanji in trouble, waiting on the team to help him out. Turtle Guard going to cut them off
I
a
think
little
he's
bit
dead.
further. Benny trying to pop
No.
off the damage.
Yeah.
He's got to work through some immortalities. Going forward with the Raging Sandstorm. They're actually able to
Oh
find
Oh
out.
my
But
god.
Kyle jumps in
Yo.
on the backside. Sanji's still up. Kyle waiting for the help from Few.
Oh.
Goes in, gets the kill. There's the enhanced chains.
Sanji's dead. I think it's
trying
the
to
end.
help out, keep it together, but it's a triple for
GG.
Kyle. And they'll make work with the wipeout, and Fcap
GG.
with a massive lead awaits for the minions to march on in before they
GG. Oh my
ultimately
god.
end this game, end the series in a sweep with the victory to show them that, hey, they've got emotes too.
The magic number for Falcons AP Bren is 2. They've secured the second seed coming into the playoffs.
Oh my
And
god.
they also secure a 2-0
GG. GG TL.
against the reigning
Tlph.
champs of
GG
MPL
Fcap.
Philippines, Tlph. Huge momentum boost for Falcons AP Bren. Especially, after suffering a defeat against Fnatic Onyx with the fastest game this whole season. And just like that, Falcons
I love
AP
the
Bren once again will edge out
sportsmanship.
another Titan in TLPH.
Again, when you look at it, these teams know that they're going to the playoffs. Fcap does do the job that they wanted to do today, and that was lock in that upper slot, upper seed. They managed to do that. TLPH, though, they've got a lot to bring to the table, I think, when we get to the playoffs, and even more so now that they have some time here. A lot they can adjust from, a lot they can learn from, and we'll see exactly what they bring once we get to the playoffs. I can't wait to see them battle it out. Maybe we see them battle it out again, maybe we don't.
Yeah, again, we have a 1-week break. Anything can happen with that long break, but here comes Falcons AP Bren, the winners of the final series of this season.
And here Mara come.
Take it away.
Everybody give it up for Falcons AP Bren. There
You.
won't be any tiebreakers today. Kyle TZ, congratulations.
Thank you po.
May tanong kami kasi lagi niyong sinasabi na rivals nyo ang TLPH. But you defeated them over and over again. So bakit niyo silang tinuturing rivals even though every single time kayo ang nagdo-dominate sa mga interviews? Yeah.
Siguro po kaya po tinatawag namin silang rival kasi palagi po namin sila nakakatapat even though dito sa MPL and internationally.
Sila ba ang gusto mong makatapat muli? Let's just say, grand finals ulit kayo. Let's pretend, let's fast forward. Sino ang gusto niyo bang makatapat doon? Sila rin ba?
Para sa akin sila pa rin kasi para kami pa rin ni Carl magre-represent ang Pilipinas.
We love seeing that. Ikaw, Few, tawa ka ng tawa, pero alam mo ba na ikaw ang pinakaunang MPL Philippines na manlalaro na nakahit ng 500
Oh, come on.
games. Let's give him a round of applause. Sabi ni Coach, ano ang sabi ni Coach? Ang tanda mo na. Okay. Kanino mo kina-credit yung success and drive mo? 500, that's huge. Legendary yon. So who do you credit that to?
Siguro credit ko yun sa lahat ng tao na naniniwala pa rin sa akin. Kasi para sa akin, kung ramdam kong wala nang naniniwala sa akin, tigil ko naman eh.
Palakpakan ng idol ng mga kids! At syempre, all throughout, sa lahat ng games mo, behind you, there's always a woman, a strong woman supporting you, I see. And now, nawala pala siya dito. Kala ko nandito, pero nandito siya. And now, our MVP. Let me hear some names. What's your guess? Let's take a look at the screen.
I think it will be Flap or maybe.
Happy birthday! Birthday boy! Okay.
Oh, it's not.
Alam
The
mo,
Marco.
may birthday buff ba ang gusto mong wish other than the championship and M6, syempre? Ano ba talaga ang wish ni Super Marco? Wish mo, hindi wish nila. Ikaw. Maliban sa M6, maliban sa championship, personal wish ni Super Marco.
Long live sa mga loved ones ko.
Long live sa mga loved ones. You're so selfless. Ano gusto mo sabihin sa ating mga fans?
Ay, long lives pala yun.
Sa mga fans nyo.
Thank you sa mga nag-effort na pumunta rito, tsaka sa mga bumati sa akin, tsaka sa mga pamilya ko, tsaka sa girlfriend ko na pumunta rito.
Happy birthday. And now it's
Tlph.
time to award our lucky fan with 3,000 diamonds. Come on up. You will also get a ticket to day 1, match 1 of the playoffs. Hello. What's your name?
Marian po.
Marian. Okay, Marian. Sino dito ang favorite player mo?
Si Super Marco po.
Ayun. Anong birthday wish mo sa kanya?
Ang birthday wish ko po sa kanya is sana manalo pa rin sila in the next game po. And
Oh, I didn't mean to do
always
that.
lang din ako magsusupport sa team po nila.
Super Marco, nahihiya. Anong gusto mo sabihin sa super fan?
Thank you po.
Okay. All right, I'll take this mic. You get to take a bow with the team and take your walk, all right? Falcons, AP Brand, you may now take your bow and take your walk of victory. The birthday buff is real. Happy birthday and congratulations, Super Marco and Falcons AP Brand. We're gonna break it down for you. We're gonna head back to our panel. Pass up.
Happy birthday to
To
you.
you.
A bulletproof birthday for Super Marco, putting a
Yeah.
pin on it or a candle on it with an MVP performance. Honestly, as soon as Ogwin picked the Cho,
Yeah.
everything else was just up in the air for the rest of Falcons AP Brand to catch up to. And
Oh my god.
why does it seem like Few has been... No, he also played a Vexana game 1, no?
So he's the
Yeah.
MVP.
So back-to-back Vexana games here for
That's why.
Few.
That's why.
And again, it's an instant catch, a deathly grasp, and then the Eternal Guard, that's sure lockdown. And again, what we highlighted earlier, what Falcons AP Brand had over the Team Liquid Philippines lineup was crowd control. They had that in spades. The lockdown made things so difficult for JP, Sanford, and the fact that 2 of their main pieces in their line, or make that 3, the Phovius, the Cho, and the Claude are easy formation breakers. That Sanji's Eve had such a difficult time, even though it looked like a good real-world manipulation, because he didn't have the early game that one Eve needs, so that she has a much earlier power spike. It was tough for Team Liquid Philippines.
Which is a total foil to what Liquid looked like they were going for. There was so many boxes that Liquid wanted to set up, right? The perfect line for the Benny Bomb, the perfect square for the real manipulation and the glorious pathway, but they just couldn't find it given how easy it is for Fcap
Literal
to say,
mapapahawak ka
yeah,
sa
no,
noo
you
mo
can't do
kasi
that
ang
there.
sakit
Not
sa
there,
ulo
anywhere but
kapag
there.
kalaro
Yeah,
mo
I
yung
don't like
Phobius.
playing tight formation or high requirement formations for one lineup against a hero lineup from the other team that has a Phobius. Phobius alone already shatters a lot of formations.
I was gonna say Phobius alone, but it was exacerbated by the Cho, by the Julian, by the Marco, by the Claude. And again, I think Vexana is slowly ramping up to be like #1 mid laner.
Yeah.
Again, the other mid laners you kind of have to work yourself into, like a Faramis or a Valentina.
The Aurora.
The Aurora.
Quite conditional.
Yeah, the Vexana is just like, no, it's good. You want damage? Sure. You want CC? On demand.
Yeah, and the fact that TLPH plays around the formation, that if anyone goes down, that's not good news for your team because you're still going to be receiving some extra damage from the passive that the Vexana has when she gets to take down a target that's cursed by her.
And what makes this worse for Liquid is the fact that, sure, the game ended at about 18 minutes, right? They were able to last that long, but they played a non-game. Not a single turret they pushed. Did you see that?
Yep.
Do you even remember? Like, I looked at the stats now, not a single turret.
Yeah, it's difficult to play the map when your lineup is really built around winning from the team fights from the objectives. And the fact that Team Liquid Philippines lost the first team fight in a devastating fashion meant that as long as Falcons AP Brand wins the next one, then they'll take control of the majority of the game. Like 7 to 8 minutes, it's theirs. If TLPH keeps it close, they can come back to 9 or 10, 11. But since they didn't keep it close, well, Falcons AP Brand stomped them.
Which is truly a shame because you have a Khalid. That's one of the few things that Khalid does well. Even the Hylos, you assert yourself into situations, you roam the map as if you own the place, and then you hopefully give your cores a free time to go around. This is a situation wherein the cores are the jungle and the gold for Liquid. And say what you will about Benny Cutie eventually finding a Benny bomb later on, but I think at that point it was too little too late.
Yeah. Again, it's incredibly difficult to play two frontliners that needs to assert themselves if the mid laner that they're paired with takes a while to ramp up, doesn't have that instant burst damage, that gratification you need.
The B word.
The burst.
They were lacking the B word, what Rockhart would like to call the boom boom.
The boom boom.
B
they
word.
had the burn, but they didn't have the burst. And then when you have two assertive frontliners, you want burst paired with it.
They got the box too.
Yeah, they got the box.
There's so many Bs, but the wrong kind. All right, real quick, let's relish in Fcap's victory by checking out this interview with them.
The champions. I hope there is a translation. Oh, I think there is a sound problem. He's talking, but we can't hear them.
All right, we are going to revisit the tapes and try
Yeah.
to get that video back up to snuff. But I can only imagine what it feels like for Fcap right now. Again, many reasons to celebrate the upper bracket berth, the birthday, and health and success of Super Marco.
Yeah.
And yeah, again, another chance for them at greatness.
Okay,
Nakaka-excite
please give us translation.
sa first time namin makapag-cover ng magazine.
Oh my god, there is no...
At the same time, nag-enjoy kami kasi may mga games na...
Can't even know what they're saying.
For the last question, how did it feel being an esports team in a magazine like The Game? Is it a sign of esports being more recognized as a sport?
Too sad, bro.
Sobrang saya ko kasi na-feature kami magkakasama sa isang magazine. Tapos feel ko na nare-recognize na
Flap TZ is a goat!
naglalaro ng Mobile Legends na parang sports na rin kasi meron ng mga tournaments internationally tapos meron na rin sa SEA Games. Ganun. Kaya feel ko nare-recognize na talaga siya as a sport.
Flap TZ, goat.
A few words from Falcons AP Bren on their feature on the cover of The Game.
Yeah, I got a glimpse of a few of the words that were shared in that article that they had, the feature for Falcons AP Brand. They acknowledged the slump that they went through before becoming Falcons, before even becoming AP Brand.
Yeah.
When they were still Brand Esports.
It was a tough couple of years.
Yeah, showcasing their journey. They went as far back as what they did leading up to M2, winning M2, the slump that they faced, and then now the world tour that they went on last year continued into this year.
Yeah.
It's a great feature.
Reptar, there's potentially one more stop.
Yeah, they could be going back to Malaysia for another one.
Where they previously won that SBS MLBB Season 5 championship. All right, real quick, all eyes right now, given that we ended the regular season, onto the playoffs. Don't miss the much-awaited playoffs of MPL Philippines Season 14, held right here
October
at Green
16
Sun
to
Hotel. Get your early
20.
bird tickets now
Price
because they're on on sale starting October 9. Buy our tickets on a
Okay.
discount now. If the early bird promo is still live via ph-mpl.com/tickets/playoffs.
Yeah, join the party with
Okay.
us. We're gonna see the space that we've called home for 8 weeks grow, seeing new elements, lots of new activities for our viewers. So if you thought this was the final form, got another thing coming at you.
It's going to be an amazing time. Once again, the playoffs happening in about a couple of weeks. Real quick, let's check out what the final moments of that series were. Here's the mic check featuring Falcons AP Brent.
Thank you. Oh my god. Oh my god. Happy birthday. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Happy birthday!
Happy
14
birthday,
kills.
14 kills.
Upper bracket. And in that last clip,
Yeah,
were
that
they
was
trying to
savage,
style
though.
on Liquid by saying,
I hope
you have a
that
flicker, you
they
have a flicker?
they make an emote of that.
Never change.
Happy
Falcons
birthday.
never
Yeah,
change.
14 kills.
Oh, wow. It's great to see them
It'll
in
be
the high
so
spirits
fun.
again. They've gone through a slump, a rough
It'll be
beating
so
from
fun, bro.
Fnatic Philippines, suffering the fastest game, but up against their fellow Titans, the rivals clawing back after being against the wall for
20 minutes.
entirety of game number 1, yeah, for 20 minutes. It's great, and for Falcons AP Brent fans, including myself, a lot of confidence probably heading into the playoffs.
It's not the same story for Liquid. I can only imagine. My heart goes out to the Cavaliers and the Cavalry. But, you know, you can rest easy knowing this.
Oh, what's this?
The playoffs is definitely something else, all right, for Liquid. So best believe they're still our defending champions. Here are our bias points. Again, predictions happened all throughout Season 14. And we're going to tally them right now, the lowest of which will be suffering consequences.
Oh.
Ingan scored 3.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. All right.
New guy
Good
on
for
desk.
Ingan.
I got 4.
4.
4. All right. Go, rock hard,
Okay.
Ingan. Come in here. Come in here. Rock
Ingan
hard.
got
Join us.
4.
Join us. Rock
Nice.
hard. Come on.
Nice who got
4.
Nice
Come
got
on in.
4.
Come on in, Carl.
Let's close. Oh!
You got 10.
10. Oh my god.
Unbelievable. And
4.
Rawhard got 4. New guy. You're doing something.
All right. Ingan.
Okay, so him being the winner, you get to decide what the consequences of this handsome young man are.
All right, Ingan. Number 1, you gotta give a skin to a lucky viewer. Is that it? You agree to that?
And you must post it on social media as proof.
Yeah.
Okay.
And number 2, for the 2 weeks leading into the playoffs,
So up until October
1 week.
16. Up until October 16.
every day you gotta film record yourself a nice little cardio session. The thing
my
you hate
God.
doing the most when you go to the gym. Jim, I don't count dancing as cardio.
No.
Steady state, right on the treadmill. That's it.
I think that's
All
it.
right.
Choose cardio or math.
It should be. That should be it.
This may have been the last time we'll see Falcons AP Brent versus Tlph.
Could happen now.
Could actually happen. But our opening match is Omega and Blacklist. The new Barangay versus a recoded version 3 final draft Blacklist International. Wow!
Two of the scrappiest
That's
teams.
pretty
Two of the
style,
teams who
though.
understand what it takes to develop, to change, and to exceed. That's your opener. And then up next, of course, is one of the hottest teams straight out of the oven versus the defending champions.
And don't forget,
Okay.
our spicy little change we did for the playoffs. Our lower bracket finals is now also going to be best of 7.
My favorite part.
Oh, wow.
Best of
Dedicating a
7.
whole day to
That's,
just that means more time for
that
us
seems
to
cool.
digest the heartbreaks, to think of what could have been.
Yeah.
And still, it remains